Championship week has arrived for the UTSA Roadrunners. They prepare for their rivals, the Mean Green of North Texas, and their shot at their second straight Conference USA Championship on Friday in the Alamo Dome. Head coach Jeff Traylor revealing they will be without their starting running back, Brendan Brady, and tight end Gavin Sharp in the title game following injuries to both in the Roadrunners school record comeback victory, 34-31 over UTEP, in which Jared Sackett booted the game-winning field goal with just 3 seconds left to be named the Special Teams Player of the Week for the 5th time this season. As a result of Brady's injury, Traylor says Kavorian Barnes will start at running back as the Roadrunners are early 9-point favorites. Does the record comeback help in their preparations for North Texas?
I think it's making us a little bit more hungrier, playing with a chip on our shoulder, battle through adversity. You know, we can't go out there Friday like we came out last week, or it's not going to end well for us.
I just think about last championship game against WKU. The Alamo Dome was really rocking that game, and it helped us. You know, we had a pretty good game there. We had a lot on our side with the fans during that game. So if they can come to this game, get a lot of people out, it will give us an edge. I really believe that. So if y'all can make it out, make it out.
All right, kickoff in the Dome between UTSA and North Texas on Friday. It's set for 6:30 p.m. Now that the Texas Longhorns regular season has come to an end with a 38-27 victory over Baylor, now UT is preparing for their bowl game, only they won't find out their opponent until this Sunday. With an 8-4 record, many of the experts have the Longhorns headed to the Valero Alamo Bowl here in San Antonio to face either Oregon or Washington. At the same time, we wait to see who will suit up for UT in that game, especially players such as star running back Bijan Robinson has to consider whether or not he should return for his senior season or turn pro after a career season in Austin with 1,580 yards and 18 touchdowns on the ground. Another 2 in the air. It certainly looked as if he had played his last game in Austin as he soaked in the victory over the Bears, even firing off Old Smoky.
Maybe it is in their best interest not to play, right? There's risk and reward in all this. And so I try to have candid conversations with all of them individually to hopefully, you know, come to really good decisions. But I just, like I said, I hate it for them. I wish we could ensure everybody that if something were to happen, you'd be taken care of. Unfortunately, that's not the case.
After finishing the regular season with a disappointing 5-7 record that included a stunning upset over LSU, 38-23 this past Saturday day, Texas A&M fired offensive coordinator Darryl Dickey, even though Jimbo Fisher called most of the offensive plays. The Aggies finished 82nd in passing, 83rd in rushing offense, and 95th in total offense, and 101st in scoring. The Smithson Valley Rangers have moved up to number 2 in the latest edition of 12's Top 12, right behind Brennan, who reclaimed number 1. So after the Rangers were able to beat Full Share 31-13 in the Class 5A Division I regional semifinals to improve to 12-1, now headed to the state quarterfinals where they face College Station this Saturday at 2 p.m. At the field in Pflugerville after the Lions beat Georgetown 52-28 to improve to 11-2.
They're a really tough opponent. They've been to state a couple of times, so we know it's not going to be an easy one. We just got to play our hearts out because we know if we don't get over this game, there's not going to be a next week, so we just got to focus on this one.
We've all grown up with each other, and we've always dreamed of this, of going far in the playoffs and eventually getting a state championship. So to continue being able to pursue that dream together is huge, especially with the juniors and sophomores and freshmen that we have.
That is a beautiful facility up there at the field in Pflugerville.
The field with a P.
You got that right.
PFI.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Big P, little F.
There you go.
We'll be right back.
The white shooter who killed 10 black people in a supermarket in Buffalo, New York, pleading guilty in court today. As ABC's Rena Roy reports, Peyton Gendron pleading guilty to 15 charges in all, including domestic terrorism motivated by hate, murder, and attempted murder.
Peyton Gendron walked into the courtroom with handcuffs and a slight smirk on his face, seemingly at ease, before pleading guilty to more than a dozen charges. He's now facing life in prison. An emotional day at this Buffalo, New York courthouse as Peyton Gendron pled guilty to shooting and killing 10 black people at Tops Supermarket back in May.
He had no emotion, he had no regret, he had no remorse. Nothing's going to bring my mother back. Nothing's going to fill a hole that was left in my life or in my family's life.
The 19-year-old now facing a mandatory life in prison sentence without the possibility of parole, charged with domestic terrorism motivated by hate, murder, and attempted murder.
No individual in the history of the state of New York has been found guilty of that domestic terrorism charge motivated by hate. until today.
Prosecutors say back in May, the shooter traveled several hours from his home to the predominantly black neighborhood in East Buffalo to carry out the massacre on a Saturday afternoon as innocent people shopped for groceries. Officials say the teen wrote 180 pages of racist vitriol, practiced shooting at state parks, and even visited the supermarket twice to canvass the area. Authorities say he also illegally modified his gun.
This racist murderer did not fulfill what he set out to accomplish, because today this community is stronger and better than it ever was.
Sentencing is scheduled for February. Meanwhile, Gendron is still facing more than 24 federal charges, some of which carry the possibility of the death penalty. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Another cryptocurrency company taking a dive. BlockFi declared bankruptcy today. It is the latest financial casualty following the fall of Sam Bankman-Fried's FTX exchange. The New Jersey-based lender BlockFi was among the companies that got financial backing from FTX. Democratic Senators Dick Durbin and Elizabeth Warren are calling for FTX to release financial records. They want to answer questions about allegations of, quote, fraudulent and illicit practices. A major storm system wreaking havoc on airports all across the country. Americans facing a slew of unwelcome flight delays while wrapping up their holiday weekend. As Isabel Rosales reports, a new storm system now looming over more than 25 million Americans.
The Storm Prediction Center sounding the alarm on a significant severe weather event. It especially threatens 1.5 million people across the lower Mississippi River Valley. Significant tornado outbreaks expected late afternoon on Tuesday, with dangerous nocturnal tornadoes possible as people sleep. From storm systems to snowfall.
It's going to be very, very dangerous.
Reduced visibility and hazardous driving conditions in Washington.
The roads are getting pretty bad.
As snow spreads across the Mountain West and into the Midwest. All as Americans take to the skies in pandemic-era record numbers.
It's great.
It was
very
so
smooth.
great.
Yeah, just come in early.
It was so shocking.
The TSA reports more than 2.5 million people were screened at airports Sunday. Despite the crowds, airlines avoided the problems that plagued them during the summer. Just a few dozen cancellations Sunday, compared to more than 50,000 flight cancellations over several months.
It's actually been a pretty smooth experience so far. So, yeah, it's been a lot easier than last year, I think.
But not smooth for all. Poor weather conditions forcing thousands of flight delays.
Not as glamorous as it used to be, but it's worth it if you get to spend time with your family.
With the busy holiday travel season not yet over, travelers across the country keeping a close watch on the weather. I'm Isabel Rosales reporting.
Cyber Monday deals are out there, but does anyone really care that much anymore? Why some analysts say the traditional online holiday shopping extravaganza is on the downhill slide. Next.
So is Cyber Monday still a thing? That's the question experts are asking, since more and more people are shopping earlier than ever. Just released data from Adobe Analytics shows online Black Friday sales in the U.S. topped a record-breaking $9.12 billion this year, fueling that idea. Jen Sullivan has a look at why Cyber Monday could be losing its luster, even while there are still plenty of deals out there.
Despite higher prices and rising interest rates, online holiday shopping is seeing major growth, but there are signs of a slowdown.
The online piece has slowed a bit, and we'll see a resurgence in consumers back in stores this holiday season in ways we haven't seen for the 2 or 3 years.
The NRF estimates Americans will still spend in record numbers this season. But according to Adobe Analytics, customers in the first 3 weeks of this month spent $64.5 billion online. That's only a tiny 0.1% gain from last year, with their data also showing that discounts only get deeper in the run-up to Cyber Monday. With some experts saying as more people shop early, it could make Cyber Monday less relevant in the future.
Retailers have really responded by moving those deals and promotions up earlier to give people more time.
The National Retail Federation says their data shows shoppers started their holiday shopping as early as September, suggesting they're more budget conscious and are not waiting until Cyber Monday or beyond to find deals.
Particularly right now with inflation top of mind, consumers are looking to spread out some of that spending.
But other signs of an online shopping slowdown are also emerging, with Amazon forecasting fourth quarter sales below analysts' expectations. Meanwhile, the president of e-commerce website Shopify says he's very optimistic about sales on this platform this season.
We were already seeing numbers slightly up from last year.
I'm Jen Sullivan.
Well, you can get Black Friday deals on the Wednesday or Tuesday before, so it all makes sense.
Yeah. It all comes together. I was never a big Cyber Monday. I was just like,
You're like a few days before Christmas shopping kind of guy.
I'm Cyber Christmas Eve.
Here, let's hope we get it done by Christmas Day.
Or just print off, this is what I bought you.
Oh, come on.
It's already wrapped. If it's printed, you just fold it inward
Exactly.
and tape it, and
Here,
it's
this
done.
is a picture of what I bought you. You know,
Have you all wrapped something in a garbage bag before?
Or you just use
Raise your
excuses
hand.
like, with the shipping, it was supposed to get here, but it didn't.
And technically, Myra, I've wrapped in a brown bag before.
Wow. Look how dynamic you are.
I'm a lottie, very artsy here, aren't I? That was for my brother. We used to just, here. 70 degrees right now. We'll be in the mid-60s soon, and that's where we're going to stay the rest of the night. Notice those rain chances rising a little bit overnight. It's really just for dampness. The drizzles, sprinkles here and there. Get ready for another round of fog to start the day tomorrow. Big temperature changes, and also some fluctuating humidity throughout the week. We'll tell you all about it in just a bit.
The record-breaking Orion spacecraft setting a new record during its Artemis 1 mission. It's now surpassed Apollo 13's record for distance from the Earth. As of Monday, Orion will be more than 270,000 miles from Earth. The record set during the Apollo 13 mission was just under 249,000 miles.
Orion is currently in distant retrograde. Sometimes I feel like I'm in distant retrograde. Anyway, it's in distant retrograde orbit around the moon. NASA is using the mission to help establish the first long-term presence on the moon. It's planning to use what's learned on the moon to take the next giant leap, sending the first astronauts to Mars. Orion is scheduled to return to Earth on December 11th.
In the buzz today, the Merriam-Webster Dictionary word of the year is one that has come back into the lexicon in recent years. Gaslighting. Merriam-Webster says that people looked up the definition of that term dramatically more this year than in previous years.
Yeah, the publishing company says gaslighting is, quote, the act or practice of grossly misleading someone, end quote. The word's origin comes from the name of a 1938 play involving a man who tries to make his wife believe she is going insane. One of his tricks to make the gas lights in the house dim and then deny the lower lighting to his wife, leading her not to trust her own perceptions, literally gaslighting.
I did not know that history until today. Now that Thanksgiving is behind us, the White House is getting ready for Christmas. The theme for this year's celebration, chosen by First Lady Dr. Jill Biden, is We the People. In a message from the 2022 White House Holiday Guide, she says despite different traditions, Americans all believe in optimism, possibility, and unity.
More than 150 people volunteered their time to help with decorations. The White House's Blue Room will hold the Christmas tree, which is nearly 19 feet tall. More than 83,000 lights decorate 77 trees, displays, garlands, and wreaths throughout the White House. The house decorations were officially revealed today.
I feel like that was a scene from The Office. Wreaths?
Yeah. A lot of wreaths.
Wreaths.
Yeah,
wreaths.
I got mine up. That was my outdoor contribution.
I got mine up too, and I need a little help with mine because it's one of those big ones that I put up over the garage.
Oh.
You know, so you get the ladder, and I hate getting on the ladder, but you got to do it and get it up there, plug it in.
The balancing act, my friend.
Well, my dad, he fell off a ladder several months ago, right? And so it's in the back of my mind. And it's like, ooh. Anyway,
be careful.
Always. Careful on the ladders, everybody. That's a public service announcement from my father, actually, okay? Weather headlines. Damp tomorrow morning with the fog and drizzle. Big changes in the humidity on the way. We're going to see some fluctuations in that mugginess. And then high temperatures are going to range from the 50s to 80 degrees. And actually, that's been the story of our month. Take a look at the month of November temperature-wise. We started the month, about the first 2 weeks, well above average. Then we had well below average temperatures, really just a combination of the extremes, putting us at about a degree below average so far for the month with just a few days left. The coldest temperature, 38 degrees. The warmest was 88. Right now we're at 70 degrees, the dew point is 60, relative humidity at 71%. Well, here's the thing. Temperature is going to drop, dew point's going to rise. They're going to meet in the middle, and that means our air is going to be saturated. So the relative humidity is going to quickly get up to about 100%, and that means fog, dampness, drizzle, sprinkles developing. The temperatures right now, for the most part, upper 60s near 70. Even Uvalde at 65, 70 in San Antonio, 69 right now in Pleasanton, 67 Bulverde and Castroville at 68. Tomorrow morning, a little bit 60s, some 50s in the hill country, but not a big temperature drop tonight with that humidity, that moisture moving into town. And then tomorrow afternoon, back near 80 degrees for the high temperature with a lot of sunshine. And look at our high temperature forecast, though. Get ready for the long sleeves and jackets Wednesday and Thursday. Tomorrow, you don't need it. But Wednesday and Thursday, you'll notice the cooler weather back just for a few days, and then we're back to 70 degrees by Friday into the upcoming weekend. Looking down to the south, that's where we have some of the low clouds already starting to move in. We're losing our visible satellite imagery here as the sun sets. You can't see it anymore because it's really just a really high-powered camera in outer space. So you can't see the clouds as well in the dark with that satellite imagery. But those clouds are moving in. Here's our futurecast. They continue to fill in this evening by 9, 10 o'clock, overcast, and some drizzle and dampness, I think, quickly developing. Even a few sprinkles here and there. Some of them might even be hard enough to be detected by the radar, with up to 1/10 of an inch if you're lucky, particularly east of San Antonio, between I-10 and I-37 along the coastal plain. Otherwise, just to reduce visibility and some road spray with that dampness. Visibility tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. for the commute. We're talking a mile or even less in some instances, so be prepared for that in the morning. By 9, 10 a.m., big improvements tomorrow. We'll get rid of that morning dampness. We'll start the day with the fog and drizzle. By the afternoon, we'll have a lot of sunshine and that high temperature right near 80 degrees. Cold front hits Tuesday night. Behind that front, we're talking a high temperature of 60 degrees on Wednesday. So from 80 down to 60, we'll have some sunshine, but it's going to be windy on Wednesday. Then we get into Thursday, Friday, low clouds back in place. Another round of morning fog and drizzle Friday morning. And then we get into this upcoming weekend. A bit of uncertainty with the arrival of another cold front this weekend, so I didn't put it on the 7-day there. But right now it's looking at least fairly comfortable with temperatures around 70 this weekend.
Thank you, Adam.
In case you missed it, coming up next.
Here's today's In Case You Missed It.
Good morning. It is Monday. It is November 28th.
Eliana Cruz Torres, one of the 21 victims who died at Robb Elementary 6 months ago. Now her mother, Sandra Torres, taking action by suing several police departments, the Uvalde School District, and the gun maker. The federal lawsuit filed today, it accused those named of a, quote, complete failure to follow the active shooter protocols, along with violations of the victims' constitutional rights by leaving them inside 2 classrooms with the gunman for more than an hour. 74-year-old Michael Spiller, taken into custody on November 18th. The allegations of sexual assault and molestation go back to 2001 to present day from multiple cities. The most recent being a girl about 12 to 13 years of age who attended his Circus Arts for Kids camp at the Bernie Gymnastics Center. The victim came forward to police and claims there are several other victims.
Futures for West Texas Intermediate crude oil, which is the North American benchmark, fell just over 3% on Monday, meaning futures for the global benchmark Brent cruise had a similar drop, sending oil prices down to $81 a barrel. According to AAA, the national average cost of a gallon of gas is now $3.55. That's down more than 5% from last month. A local effort underway to help high school students dress for success. They're working to build a professional clothing closet. Katie's Closet is going to be offering men's and women's clothing. It can be used for career and internship interviews and presentations. Donations of gently used professional wear can be dropped off at Cast Lead High School during school hours, Monday through Friday.
We are in the middle of our KSAT Community Share the Shoes campaign. You can donate a new pair of shoes or socks to a child in need. We are teaming up with the San Antonio Police Department and Zapatos for this campaign. You can donate to any of the 6 SAPD substations through December 16th. You can find more information on the KSAT community page of our website at ksat.com.
All right, here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast. Early tomorrow morning, we're talking through about 8, 9 a.m. Fog, drizzle, just that nuisance dampness that doesn't really add up to much, if anything. And then we start to break out into sunshine by the noon hour. And tomorrow afternoon, a beautiful day, sunny, right near 80, with some noticeable humidity out there. The humidity's gone for Wednesday and Thursday. But Wednesday, we're going to be right behind a cold front. And so sunny, but a high near 60. It's jacket weather Wednesday and Thursday. And on Thursday, a high only in the mid-50s. Then another round of fog develops Friday morning. It's a foggy time of year. Whenever we get that moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, way after cold fronts, then with the longer nights, it leads to fog. So getting used to it.
Light jacket, heavy jacket, both handy. Thanks for watching.
Graying beard, maybe. See you at 10.